Yep, guys, we're reviewing ParsNormaN for the 13 Days of Halloween. Every once in a while, I'm going to take over and from Mr. Reaper to do these wonderful movies. And this is one that's really great. It's a kids' movie, and yet it has such adult themes. You have poor Norman, this poor kid who can see these ghosts and who has to deal with this town, his family, and other people who just don't understand what the hell is going on. And I got to admit, it makes one hell of a story. There's clear character development, clear emotion, and even a little bit of fright. And yet, it is still so geared towards kids that it feels so good and so wonderful. And I must admit, I am excited for what this movie proposes. I mean, and there are so many little things here and there. I must admit, this is what makes me go, yes, happy, lovely. It's great. The movie does a very good job of introducing this poor kid who can see ghosts. I mean, it gets pretty bad for this kid at times. I mean, just watch.
Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Not much. I'm kind of late for school. I need to go. Hi, nice to see you guys. Good morning. Sorry, I gotta run. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. See ya. Hey there, little buddy. Come on, come here. Yeah, good to see you. How you doing? Hi, Mrs. Hardman. You look nice today. I like what you've done with your hair.
Does anyone smell burning?
Hey, peace, man.
Totally.
Yeah.
As you were, soldier.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yo, Norman, you playing hooky?
No, I'm just late from school. Sorry, I gotta go. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi. How's it hanging? Oh, haven't heard that one before.
As you can see, he really has to go through a lot. And the town is so hell-bent on this witch thing. It's where, their tourist dollars come from. So it makes sense that they are a little, like, oh, here comes that kid, especially at the time when they're, like trying to earn most of their money. But he goes through all these things, and at this anniversary, which happens every year, someone like him has to deal with this book and this witch's ghost. And of course, this year, it doesn't go as planned, and all hell breaks loose. And I have to admit, I found the film pretty good on this point. Not only did you create a good storyline, you created a good character, and Norman works very well in that regard. I must say, they did a good job here. Now, his character, his family life, they are not perfect, and this is told throughout the film in many ways. In fact, I'm actually still very surprised that they were willing to take his family life that seriously, and this next scene should really show that off.
This is where it stops. It's one thing being a mental case in front of your family, but not the whole freaking town. There's not going to be any more talking to ghosts or grandmas or what is it now?
I think it's trees.
Ugh. You are grounded. You hear me?
This is ridiculous. I wish everyone could see what I see. And asked to be born this way.
Funny. Neither did we. Ugh, kids, never.
Sometimes people say things that seem mean, but they do it because they're afraid.
He's my dad. He shouldn't be afraid of me.
Needless to say, he doesn't have the easiest family life. And I totally understand where that's coming from. A lot of us don't. He feels lost, concerned, even downright, worried. And his family is not making it any easier, especially his dad. But the film just keeps ratcheting it up. And it's a slow build until we eventually get to the big, awakening sequence. How else can I describe it? Not just for the zombies, but also for the witch. Oh yeah, she's going to make an appearance. You just know it's going to happen. Let's take a look.
Around here. Uh-oh, is that Alvin? Uh-oh, Alvin's gonna make me run home to mommy. What is that?
It's her.
So as you can see, it just keeps ratcheting up. And I think this is what's good. You have emotions, you have a story in the background, you have a backstory, you have this question about this witch, you have all this stuff happening. And it just keeps making the film better. The ending is really good, but I don't want to spoil it because there's so much that's both revealed about characters and also so much that happens. And it's even enough that it almost made a friend of mine who really is not a big friend of or fan of, kids movies. It almost made him cry. Even I get a little emotional because it has such a powerful message. And you see this town like evolving. There's at one point where they're literally like going, zombies, get the pitchforks. Like literally, I mean, you literally have one person who gets up on a freaking car and is like, let loose the dogs of war. And she looks, she's like, oh yeah, you're those kind of people. Rip their heads off. And then they all just cheer and go out to do it. I mean, and it has such a unique look. Nothing is the same. Everything is unique, distinct. And remember, because it's a stop motion, it's on a real camera, real light. Yes, they had to do some major CG and stuff, but it works. This is what makes this movie so good. And there is so much going on. And the other films, Coraline, Box Trolls, I forget that exact name of that movie, and I think The Missing Link, they all have this great look to them. Sure, Missing Link didn't do good, but this movie did, and so the heck did Coraline. I might do Coraline next year. I haven't really decided yet. But this movie was so good. It builds up, it has a decent score, good voice acting, impressive animation in stop motion, actual CG and other work that is designed to enhance the stop motion, as well as other incredible functions. This is a good movie. You want to watch this movie. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 with a must watch and family friendly, because it is. And it's got the little other things here and there, but it's family friendly. It's not like these guys are drooling blood or anything. This is so cool. And the movie still works. I am happy to own this both on DVD and on Blu-ray. In fact, I was lucky to get this on Blu-ray because it's a little hard sometimes to find there. But it is worth it. If you can find it or rent it or whatever, do it, buy it. 8 out of 10, must see. I am going to have to go now because I got other things to do. And maybe some ghosts to bust. A little hint for what might be next. And other stuff. So guys, I will see you on the next video, and then Mr. Reaper will be coming back for some of the other videos, and we'll see you later. Have fun, like and subscribe, and remember, this is only the beginning of Halloween. What's next?